So it's that time again where I get to do another at-home writing retreat. Hi, my name is Dawn Dalton. I am a freelance writer, an aspiring author, and this year I am self-publishing my debut novel, Game On, and I am taking you along for the ride. So last year I did 2 or 3 at-home writing retreats where I kind of got a chance to dig into my hermit energy and have some time alone to do a lot of writing and not have the distractions of living with other people. And I learned a few things during all of that where if I do it kind of spontaneously, it doesn't turn out nearly as well as if I put thought and planning into each retreat. So this weekend, I am doing another one. My husband is going to be out of state to go to a funeral, and because of the nature of the funeral, everybody who would normally watch May won't be around. So I am staying behind to watch my coworker, and I figure now is a great time to do Q1's writing retreat. This is also a very special writing retreat because it happens during my birthday. So I'm going to do this one a little bit different. I do want to push to see how many words I can write, but I also have some stuff that I want to do for Game On, and I want to do a lot of self-care and some cleaning because the space is starting to feel stale and stagnant, and I just want to get it cleaned up and made so that I can breathe and think without seeing the mess around me. So let's start with my goals. I have all the lists in front of me. We'll start with my goals, and then we'll talk about what I'm going to do to prep, and then I'm just going to take you along to see how I set up an at-home writing retreat and kind of how it goes. Now this retreat is going to happen between Thursday and Sunday, and really I only have Thursday through Saturday to write. Sunday we are celebrating the birthday of one of my friends and going to the aquarium, and my husband will be coming home at some point that day, so I don't know how much actual writing I will be getting done. The other thing I'm going to be doing this weekend is going out on Friday to watch the movie Argylle, or Secret Agent Argylle, or Agent Argylle. I'm not really sure, but one of my writing friends and I are going to go see that as sort of my birthday celebration because I am going to be alone all weekend otherwise. So my goals for this weekend are I want to handwrite 6 to 10 pages, most of those being in Roll of the Dice, because we are nearing the end of this draft and I'm super excited to have this draft finished so that I can sort of flip and move on to another project. I also want to type anywhere between 3,000 to 6,000 words, and I'm going to be splitting those up between Press Start and a secondary project that I am typing up, mostly because I'm in that part of Press Start where it just takes a long time to get words put in, and I do want to keep up the good momentum that I had last month. And then I also want to set up my Draft to Digital account so that I can start formatting Game On and get everything ready to hit publish, which is also kind of scary. For the self-care stuff that I want to do while everyone's gone, I want to be able to soak in the tub. I haven't in a while, and I do want to toss in some Epsom salts because my body is starting to feel the effects of sitting at a desk and writing all the time combined with my usual martial arts. I also want to do basically all the masks in the world: face mask, hair mask, foot mask, you know, just kind of treat myself. I do also want to paint my nails. I haven't done that in forever, and I recently slammed one of my fingers in the door, so I have some lovely bruises underneath it. So I do want to just cover that up for, you know, as long as the nail polish stays on. I also want to read The Iron Sword, which is a book I got at Christmas, because it's the next book in the series that I'm reading, and I've been doing a lot of digital books lately, and it's nice to occasionally go back and hold a physical book in my hand. The cleaning I want to do is a lot. We have a ton of empty boxes sitting in the office, and I want to cut them all down and get rid of them, because every time we go in there, we are tripping over them, we are knocking them over. It's just a mess, and I'm done with it. We kept a lot of them because we were right in Christmas season, and you know, you never know when you need that box to wrap a present. And now we don't need them. So I'm gonna get rid of them all and make a little bit of space in the office for us to be able to see what the next phase of it is. I also want to clean up our game corner, clean off the table, clean up around both of our desks, and vacuum. And I also want to wash all of my bedding as well as May's bedding, because her bedding stinks. And nothing feels better than having a fresh bed to sleep in. May was also sick over the weekend, so it'll be nice to just sort of get all of that like low level bleh out of the house. Now, my plan to get ready for all of this is as much of the cleaning as I can get done before Thursday is golden. I'd much prefer to spend the entire weekend writing, reading, and relaxing and not having to clean. But I also understand that I'm probably not going to get everything accomplished beforehand. It's already Monday. But also the other prep that I need to do is I need to make my drinks. My cold brew coffee, my iced tea, and my matcha latte all need to be mixed up and ready to go. Because one of the things that I do go through a lot of while I'm doing writing retreats is drinks and snacks. Now, I have already gone grocery shopping, so I have gotten most of my snacks for the weekend, and they are a mix of healthy and unhealthy. So I have like apple slices, but I also have candy. Thursday, I will probably go to my favorite bakery and get myself a cupcake to celebrate my birthday. Depending on how I'm feeling over the weekend, I may go to a coffee shop for a couple of hours, but we're gonna play that by ear based on how May acts, because either she'll be really good about the fact that my husband's gone, or she will be a holy terror and not let me sleep. So we're gonna play that part by ear. I also need to set up my schedule for writing, when I want to write, how long I want to write, what I want to be working on. I also need to fill the ice cube trays because most of my drinks will be cold. And we have some really big ice cubes that just need to be refilled. I also need to do my meal prep so that I can just kind of grab and go with my food and sort of keep the flow going. I did clean up the backyard already today, so that part's good. Did the grocery shopping, so I can already tick off a couple of things on my list. So I think the next thing I am going to do is go clean out the fridge and refill my ice cube trays. It's Tuesday. It's gonna be day 2 of prepping for my in-home writing retreat. Yesterday I didn't get much off the list other than laundry and grocery shopping and cleaning up the backyard because somebody made a mess of it. Today is going to really be digging into the prep and some of the cleaning that I want to get done, either before or during my writing retreat. So I've already started my load of sheets for the bed. It's actually done being washed, so I need to transition that to the dryer. And then I'm going to toss all of the puppy's blankets into the wash because they stink so bad. She is now sleeping on one of my blankets because obviously I'm not going to leave my coworker without a bed to sleep in. Then after I'm done with all of that, I am going to go get my drinks prepped for this weekend, making my cold brew coffee, tea, and my matcha latte mix. My desk is mostly cleaned off, as is like my half of the table. I want to obviously get a little bit more done with that. And I'm still trying to figure out how to organize the gaming corner because there's just a lot of loose stuff and it's just driving me a little insane. So I want to get that cleaned up, sort of get everything organized. I also want to go into the office and start cutting down all the boxes that I've been tripping over. All right, puppy's bedding is in the wash. My bedding is in the dryer. It's now time to make myself my cold brew coffee, my tea, and my matcha latte. I just use this as my matcha latte, mix it with some unsweetened almond milk. I usually use some vanilla almond milk, even though I realized the last time I bought some, I didn't realize it was original and not vanilla flavored. For my tea, I'm going to be using my prickly pear. This makes an amazingly deep red tea. And then my coffee this time is going to be sugar cookie flavored. This is one of 2 packets I have left. One of these is perfect for a little under 32 ounces of cold brew. And I'm going to show you how I do that in just a second. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my matcha latte and my prickly pear because they're really quick and easy. The prickly pear, it's just 5 tea bags and water. Nothing super out of this world. So I'm going to get everything mixed up and ready to go so that when the puppy wants to come back in, we can head back downstairs and there she is, and get everything cleaned up. It definitely feels like I'm being extra for this at-home writing retreat with doing so much laundry and cleaning and prepping prior to the actual event. But one of the things that I really want to do for this one is to make it feel a little bit like I'm in an Airbnb with a coffee shop attached. That's sort of the vibe that I'm going with, hence the clean bedding and all of the coffee and tea based drinks. I also have a bunch of sparkling waters in the fridge ready to go. I do need to refill the Keurig so that I can just make my coffee in the morning and go. So next up on the list is I need to finish my Medium post and all of my regular stuff for the day. I've still got a couple of hours before I need to make dinner, and I'm gonna do a little bit of meal prep while I'm at it because I wanna be able to just grab and reheat a lot of stuff. I do have some soups if I get really hungry, but I wanna sort of finish up these hamburger patties that I've had sitting in the freezer for a hot minute. So I'm gonna make a couple of those for dinner tonight and then put the rest in the fridge after I cook them up so that I don't have to keep making dirty dishes. And I'll probably heat up some veggies and split that up between a couple of meals. Tomorrow's dinner will also be one of those that I can just reheat leftovers while I'm doing my writing retreat, which is sort of my plan, is to reheat leftovers. Worst case scenario, I have soup and the fixings for quesadillas. So it's Wednesday. It's the last day that I can prep before my writing retreat. I am really loving the idea of this being a cozy B&B with a coffee shop attached feel. So I definitely want to finish making the final preparations. So today I am going to do the final cleanup. I've gotten the gaming corner as cleaned up as I can, given the fact that most of the stuff in there is not something that really has a good home. So we need to figure out a better organization system for it. Today's goals are to finish cleaning up the stuff that's sitting on the floor over by the TV, clean off the table, and vacuum because this floor is really messy. Other than that, I do want to give my desk a quick wipe down and sort of get it completely set up for the weekend. I have gotten some really happy birthday mail already. My parents sent me a box which included my birthday present and the stuff my mom got while she was in Australia. I got an oven mitt, which is already upstairs. I used it yesterday after I got the box. And then the other things that my mom got me while she was in Australia was this letter writing set with these really pretty birds on it. This notebook, which is a Gang Gang Cockatoo. But the really interesting part of this is the paper on the inside is recycled stone. And I've wanted to try recycled stone paper just to see how well like Pilot G2s work on it. It actually smells a little bit like stones. So I'm kind of excited to find a use for this so that I can see how my pens work on it. Other things that were in the box, because I love sloths, my mom got me some sloth stickers just from Michael's. She also made this little envelope thingy that has little pockets, and inside those pockets have pockets. So I'm going to use this for when I go out and want to do like stuff in my planner or notebooks and stuff, so I don't have to bring my big thing of stickers with me. I can just pop some in here and take them with while I'm doing planning and organizing. But the big thing that was in the box was this beauty, and it is the person who came up with the idea calls it a mini album. It reminds me very much of junk journals in that once you open it up, there are so many pockets and pieces of paper and hidden pockets that you can use and fill, and it's super pretty, and I want to play with it, but I don't know what I'm gonna put in all the blank places. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But it is really, really pretty, and I am super grateful for the amount of time my mom took to make this for me. Happy birthday to me, and welcome to day one of the writing retreat. Today is already off to a not so great start. My original plan was to be at my writing desk by noon. I want to do 8 Pomodoro sprints today, in the hopes of getting ahead of my pages and my typing for the weekend. But my plans were slightly foiled in that my husband didn't leave when I thought he was going to this morning, and has kind of bounced back and forth. I did go get my cupcake early so that I can have it when I want it tonight, instead of taking it as a longer break in the middle of my day. So I'm now officially starting my day an hour and a half after the original planned start time, but we're gonna make the best of it. I actually brought down my snack already. Seeing as it is the middle of the afternoon, I do need to add a little bit of Mio to my water. I have a sugar cookie latte with vanilla almond milk, and I think I'm gonna start today by doing my first sprint in my typing, just to sort of take the pressure off of that part of the day. I'm going to start it with my secondary project instead of press start, because that way I can get a lot of words, and by the end of the day I do want to be in the slower writing of press start. So this B&B, very cozy. I have plenty of different spaces to write on, so I think at some point today I'm probably gonna sit at the table, and definitely at my chair, which my book is sitting on waiting for me. Is my first sprint of the day done. That's 844 words already typed up. I was quite on a roll, so I think I am going to flip to doing some handwriting. I'm going to work on Roll of the Dice for the next sprint. I've got a couple of minutes left before it starts, so I am going to do a quick run upstairs while the puppy is sleeping, and yeah. little over a page written in Roll of the Dice. So now we get a 5-minute break. Before we're back at it, I need to take care of the papers that I have now scattered on my desk. I think for number 3, I am going to do some more Roll of the Dice because I want to. We have reached that point in the evening where my brain is starting to go a little bit fuzzy, so I am 7 Pomodoro sprints into the day. I just have one more that I wanted to do today, but I'm also kind of in the in-between time where I just gave the puppy snacks, and in about an hour she's going to want to go back out, so I don't really want to get too into anything. I could do another sprint, and I might. We'll see how I feel after I eat my cupcake. I already had the carrot off the top because I'm a child, and half of it came along with the candle when I pulled it out. And then after I let May out for her 8-ish o'clock outside time, I'm going to pop in the bathtub and chillax. I'm going to bring a notebook and my Iron Sword book with me, and I'm going to just relax, and then when I come downstairs we'll see if I feel like doing some more writing or if I feel like maybe doing some crafting. It's day 2 of my at-home writing retreat. Yesterday went really well. I did a little over 2,400 words typed and 3 pages written. While yesterday had a rough start to it, I managed to pull it out in the end, and I made the puppy very nervous by taking a bath, because who would willingly go in the bathtub? And she would pace into the room, look at me like, "Are you okay?" And then she'd pace away. And she'd pace back into the room, "Are you okay?" And then she'd pace away. I did pull out some of my scrapbooking stuff, sorted through it, tried to figure out where I was in most of the projects, got overwhelmed, and put it away because I realized how late it had gotten. Today is off to a little bit of a slower start, just because somebody is a very wiggly puppy and couldn't find a good position to sleep in for most of the night. So it was like every hour or so I was being woken up by somebody squirming into me, kicking me, you know, the usual. Now she's sleeping very peacefully in her bed. So we're obviously doing office hours. I'm just answering a couple of emails before I really get going today. I just ordered tickets for the movie that I'm going to with my friend tonight. Today I want to do another 8 Pomodoro sprints Most of those I want to get done before I have to head out to the movie. I do want to get a little bit more handwriting done today, just so that I can hopefully get to that 10 pages for the 3 days. So I'm hoping for at least 4 pages today and another 2,000 words. So let's get going. Done 5 of the 8 Pomodoro sprints that I planned on doing today. I have about a half an hour before I really need to start getting ready and get the puppy snacked before I go to my movie. She's getting her snackies a little bit early tonight because our movie starts when she would normally get them. I got the last of my birthday presents in the mail today from my husband. Little does he know that one of the next books I'm writing is going to use these colors, so I'm super excited. The book I'm currently working on, Roll of the Dice, does use turquoise or teal or, you know, some sort of light blue. And I was on my last cartridge, and I wasn't sure it was going to last through the end of this book. So luckily I have more and will be ready for when I start the series that uses these. In my 5 sprints today, I have written 3 pages and about 1,400 words. So really good. If I wanted to, I could be done, but I think I'm going to do one final sprint to get my 4th page so that when I come home, this rest of my sprints can be on working on press start, and hopefully I can get that at least closer to being finished as I'm closing in on this draft of Roll of the Dice. So I just got back from watching Argyle with my friend, and that was super duper cheese-tacular, and I don't think I've laughed that much at a movie in a very long time. But now I need to get back to work. I still have 2 more sprints to do today. I am going to actually switch over to press start because I have written my 4 pages for the day. 3 of those were in Roll of the Dice, one of those being in a secondary book. And yeah, I think we're gonna just finish out this evening strong. I'm gonna find out what May is up to and then get back to writing. It is Saturday. It's the last day of my at-home writing retreat. I did the math on how far I've come so far this weekend, and I've written 7 pages and done about 45,000 words, which means today I just need to do at least 3 more pages and 15,000 words and start my Draft to Digital account. And then everything I had hoped for this weekend is done. But you know me, I'm gonna try to go over because I can. I don't know how much time I actually have today. My husband may or may not be coming home this evening. I'm just waiting for final confirmation on that. My plan for the day is to try to do 10 Pomodoro sprints because I don't have anywhere to be today, as well as setting up my Draft to Digital account. I need to take out the trash and empty the dishwasher. So nothing super important other than the writing. So I am going to finish my breakfast. We had a little bit of a slow start for the day. Somebody has gotten to the point where she is missing my husband and very pointedly slept on his side of the bed in a huff. I actually had to move her at one point last night because she was awfully close to the edge of the bed, and old dogs do fall off the bed quite a bit. And then of course she wanted to get up super early for breakfast and then not really stay in bed as long as I had hoped, so I ended up dozing on the futon. And then yeah, so let's get the day started. I think I am going to warm up with some handwriting. I do want to spend some time in the reading chair today, doing some writing, because that's the only place that I haven't really written down here this weekend. That and the bed, but I don't really want to write in my bed anymore now that I have the reading chair and the table is empty. I had a lot of fun last night with my friend. I was not expecting that level of cheese for the movie, but I'm glad I didn't go in thinking it was going to be super serious and get disappointed. She did buy me a boba tea kit as well as a coaster that is full of sprinkles. It's something her daughter and I share, is our love of sprinkles. So I think that one's going to sit by the reading chair for this weekend. After that, it'll probably move to the desk. I just have to make sure that I don't set my coffee cup on it because I'm not sure how the resin's going to react to the heat from my coffee cup. So let's get started with our first Pomodoro sprint. Halfway through my Pomodoros for the day. I've written 3 pages of Roll of the Dice and put in just a little over 900 words into press start. I did get confirmation that my husband is coming home tonight, so I have a few hours before he shows up. I just made myself dinner and played the go back downstairs while I'm cooking dinner with the dog. I made quesadillas tonight, so I'm gonna scarf those down, start a new sprint, and see if I can't finish this part in press start. I'm actually at the point where I could turn all of these plot points actually into real chapters, which might be my next pass through. I do want to finish the story as a whole because I'm pretty close to the end of this run through, and then I can start real edits and getting it all set up and ready for my Alpha Reader. So 5 more Pomodoros to go, and I have already taken care of pretty much all of the little chores around the weekend. I just need to set up my Draft to Digital account and finish like 600 words of typing, and then everything else is just extra. Of my 10 sprints in. It is just a little bit before 7 o'clock. May has started young dog time, which is when she decides that she is still a puppy and not a 15-and-a-half-year-old dog, and gets super excited because snacks are forthcoming. She's got 20 minutes to wait. But I also know that I'm not going to be able to get another sprint in before I need to go upstairs and snack her, and it won't be uninterrupted because she is super excited and is breathing on me right now. I did set up my Draft to Digital account, so I got to tick that off of my to-do list for today. So the only thing that's really left is 2 more Pomodoro sprints, and even at that, I've got everything I needed to get done today as far as my initial goals for the weekend. The only things that I haven't really done this weekend are a lot of the self-care things that I set up for myself. But I also think that I didn't need every single thing on that list. I didn't need to do a face mask, do, the little gloves, all of that stuff. I just needed the movie break and the bath and sort of just chilling for the weekend. But yeah, I have 2 more sprints that I need to do. I have maybe 2 hours or so before the husband comes home. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a longer break to hang out, read, and let the puppy drive me absolutely insane, because that's sort of what she's doing right now. And I'm gonna snack her, and then we're gonna come downstairs and we're gonna close out this weekend in epic fashion. Is my 10th Pomodoro for the day. I am completely and utterly, like, my brain is done, just done. So for today, I wrote 7 pages. All of those were in Roll of the Dice. I am this close to actually finishing this draft of the book so I can get to typing it up. I did put 1,513 words into press start, so I'm also super close on having this version of the draft done and ready for editing. For the weekend, I wrote 14 pages. 14. over 3 days, not even 3 full days. And I typed up 6,101 words, and I did set up my Draft to Digital account, so now I can move on to formatting Game On, which puts me one step closer to actually having my book published. In addition to all of that, I finished not 1, but 2 pen inks. Reloaded both pens already because I was in the middle of working. In fact, the blue one, it was lucky that Greg got me ink for my birthday because that's what I put into the pen. So it's slightly different than what I had been using, but close enough. I also got to take down 4 Post-it notes off of the board, 3 of those being roll of the dice page markers, and 1 of those being press start words. So I'm getting even closer to being able to completely clear the board and move it out of my way. So thank you all for coming along with me for this weekend. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed being able to sort of burrow into this cozy B&B where I did a little bit of reading, a lot of writing, and a little self-care. I didn't do everything that was on my list for self-care, but I also think that that list was a little bit extra and I didn't need to do everything. I might still paint my nails after I shut off the camera because the bruise on my finger is really starting to bother me because it is really dark, so I kind of want to cover it up. I did do all of my cleaning either before or during the weekend. I think one of the best parts of this one was that I over-planned, over-engineered everything beforehand so that I could just sit down and do the writing. Like, I'm ending this weekend with extra snacks left over, with, you know, a very clean place to, you know, be in. The only thing that didn't go according to plan, which I knew it wasn't going to, is the fact that Miss May doesn't want to let me sleep a full night if my husband is not in bed with us. But I kind of knew that going into the weekend, so I made a few alternate plans for how I was going to deal with her getting up in the morning and not wanting to lay right back down after breakfast. So if you've enjoyed this writing retreat, be sure to feed the algorithm, boop that like button, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.